Welcome to Peak to Profit, where each week we share practical and tactical guidance to help you lead a profitable business. I'm Jennifer Drago, award-winning strategist and business coach. I help businesses develop a laser-focused strategy and roadmap for business growth so that they can earn more, work fewer hours, and amplify the impact they have in the world. Today I want to talk about an issue that affects every single business. How do you motivate and keep your employees engaged so that you can retain them and continue to serve your customers in the best way possible? A recent Gallup poll shows that only 33% of employees are engaged in their workplace. This has huge implications for the labor market, with an estimated $960 billion, that's billion with a B, wasted each year due to disengagement and lost productivity. We've kind of coined this term quiet quitting, and this is what we're talking about, is disengaged, unmotivated employees. So many factors have changed in the post-pandemic world. On the positive side, for many businesses, the pandemic showed us that we could source labor from anywhere in the world. And in many cases, remote or virtual workers provide a great source of labor. The downside is that it becomes harder to keep these employees engaged in the company and its success, and sometimes it can be difficult to motivate them when they work remotely. And there are certain jobs that obviously require a physical presence in the workplace in order to serve customers. With the current labor shortage, it is easier than ever for employees to move from job to job for more money or perceived better working conditions. If you're managing a hybrid workforce, meaning you have both remote and on-site employees, you may deal with the on-site employees feeling discouraged or somewhat jealous of the employees who get to work from home. You may also have a hard time creating a feeling of teamwork or a team environment when you have a hybrid situation. As a leader, you must figure out how to monitor and address each of these circumstances in a manner that keeps your employees involved, engaged, and motivated so that you can retain them and so that they will provide the very best service to your clients and customers. Here are some ways found in literature to keep your employee motivation and engagement high. You will notice that most of these tips focus on effective communication first and foremost, because this is always the very best way to boost motivation of your direct reports. First, you want to keep the mission, vision, and the company's annual goals front and center. You want to keep them in the vision of the staff. And so when you have staff meeting, which you're hopefully doing at least weekly, you want to be sure that you reference your company's mission and this can be done effectively but through a mission moment, which is a storytelling practice where you tell a client or customer service that demonstrates how you meet the mission of the company every single day. You want to also discuss the company's vision, that's where you're headed, and the annual goals, because it keeps that front of mind for your employees while also role modeling to them that goals are so important to their leaders that you want to talk about them, so they should pay attention to them too. Next, you should recognize a job well done. Nothing is more motivating to your employees than a positive message about their performance or their contribution to the work of the company. Doing this frequently will help them feel valued and boost their morale. And research shows that managers and leaders think that they provide positive feedback way more than they do, and that it's very far and few between that. And many employees get positive feedback. So over-communicate your appreciation and that positive feedback. Next, you want to allow your employees to have as much autonomy in their work as possible. Research shows that employees who experience higher levels of workplace autonomy report higher levels of job-related well-being. So, can you be flexible about where and when their work takes place? Can you be flexible on their schedule? And can they dictate the order in which the tasks are completed? Maybe not in all cases, but the more that the employee has control of in their work environment, the better. And of course, you want to be getting the results that you need, and it may take some extra communication to agree upon shared expectations at the outset of this process, but allowing your employees some additional autonomy can pay huge dividends. Next, you also want to include your employees in goal setting for their department Or if you are a smaller company, let them participate in goal setting for the company. Your employees have amazing insight about your company, about which processes work and which processes need to be improved. When you engage them in this discussion, it improves their engagement, but they also gain greater clarity about what the organization needs to do and why. This is according to the Employee Engagement Research Update. The alignment that this process can bring has a positive impact on employee engagement and their motivation. Next, you can facilitate respectful relationships, and this one is really important. So if you're multitasking, come back to me and make sure you hear this part. According to a survey of 20,000 working professionals, employees valued the ability to demonstrate respect as the most important leadership behavior. Those who felt respected by leadership were 55% more engaged than those who did not feel respected. Unfortunately, for most organizations, 54% of respondents reported that they do not feel respected by their leadership. Small steps can have a big impact in this area. Respecting your employees involves getting to know them and listening to them, and that is usually done through one-on-one meetings. By sending them personal emails, asking for their input on a regular basis, giving them feedback, and resolving any conflicts that may occur that get in the way of them doing their job. One of the best ways to show that you value employees is by expressing genuine care about their lives and well-being beyond what they are producing at work. This is even more difficult when your employees are remote, requiring you as a leader to have intentional conversations. One last thing that you can do is to rethink your performance review process. Approximately 91% of organizations report that they have a formal review process. In smaller companies, that number is much less. However, according to Gallup, only 14% of employees strongly agree that their performance reviews inspire them to improve. One of the easiest things that you can do in your organization to improve engagement in this area is to do quarterly check-ins with your employees. Don't wait a year to give feedback. It's far too long, and it's too important to your employees. They want to know that they are doing a good job, so let them know frequently and at least quarterly. In summary, motivating and engaging your employees in these ways takes discipline, intention, and practice, but it is well worth the effort if you can engage and retain your key employees. Your action takeaway today is to consider which of these actions you will implement and when. You will likely need to set aside time each week to work on these elements, but don't skip this step. You know that if it's not scheduled, it will not get done, and this is too important. I hope that you've been inspired today to improve how you lead and inspire your teams. It will pay huge dividends in your company. I will see you next week. Bye for now.